Too easy, guys. So, awesome. Thanks everyone for jumping on the call tonight. I don't know if I'm speaking loud or not. Lots of people around. Yeah, everyone, just thanks for jumping on the call tonight, Wednesday night. You guys are always showing up, building the business. What I'll do tonight is I'll just run straight through, just straight onto Krystal, so we can hear all this amazing info and insight and hear her inspiring story. We might touch on the events and all that sort of stuff coming up at the end of the call. But yeah, let's just get straight into it tonight, guys. So, yeah, I'm so excited after talking to Krystal. Yeah, I've been able to organise this call for you guys to add a bit of value and really learn about Facebook branding and all that sort of stuff. Krystal is amazing at that part of the business. But a little bit about Krystal. Krystal's up in Brisbane. I was lucky enough to meet her on an ISA derby. I think a couple of ISA derbies now, or a couple of different.
Cambodia was the first one.
Yeah, Cambodia, but we didn't really talk too much in Cambodia. She was just hanging around Bruce. She was just hanging around Bruce all the time and not talking to anyone. And
I was sick. I had Cambodia belly the whole time. It was horrible.
You were too. So yeah, she was lucky enough to win. She's been lucky enough to win about 3 or 4 amazing trips with Isogenics. But yeah, she spent 5 years working in Australia's largest timeshare sales office. She was a regional sales manager. She said no to Isogenics for a whole year before she got started. She started in June of 2014 and reached Krystal Director in 90 days. So she's flown to Krystal Director. She was fortunate enough, as I said, to win all those amazing trips: ISA Derby, Cambodia, San Diego, and Hawaii. That's where we had some fun. And she also won, was it a President's Quest as well? So she went away with 3 other Aussies who travelled the Mediterranean with Jim and Kathy Coover. And if you guys weren't at Celebration, you probably would have seen her up on stage where she won the 2016 Spirit of Isogenics. So she's kind of done it all. So we're pretty lucky to have her on the call tonight. Yeah, guys. So as I said, this is Krystal. Krystal, this is the team. They're all most of them are all based down in Melbourne. Yeah, as I said, and everyone else that will watch the recording. So. Yeah, Krystal, thank you for jumping on. Welcome to the call. Do you want to say hello to the guys and maybe share a little bit about yourself and whatnot?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I actually grew up in Melbourne. It's my favourite place in Australia. So you're all legends before we even know each other, basically, in my eyes. So I basically, as I said, I was prospected for about a year by multiple different people within Isogenics. And for whatever reason, I didn't join, and I think the reason that I didn't join, even though I desperately needed Isogenics, was that people sold me the features and the benefits versus, you know, what I really needed and wanted out of it. So I didn't say yes for a long time, but I did a lot of research. I was really interested in, you know, so I was doing a lot of research, and through my research, like, I started to get really interested in, like, the opportunity that came with Isogenics, and the people that were prospecting were posting, like, at those days, there was no compliance. So they were posting their ISA wallets and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this douchebag's making money. Like, if he's making money, I can make money. Like, that's kind of, like, was my whole thing. And then it was funny. One day I basically went to a new hairdresser, and she was like doing a cleanse, and I was like, oh my God, if you're doing Isogenics, like, that's just crazy. And she's like, yes, I am. And she was smart, and she had just been enrolled by Jackson, and Jackson was about 4-star at that time. So she straight away got me on a 3-way with Jackson, and that was on a Friday. On Monday morning, Jackson drove an hour to my house and drew out the comp plan for me and Bruce. And I'm sharing these specific things because I think they're very important. Like, when was the last time you drove an hour, you know what I mean, to go and see somebody who was in the business and draw out you +2, them +2. Like, it's just really basic stuff, but it requires, like, obviously he was about 2 hours in the car to come see someone he didn't know. Anyway, so he came to our house, and you all know Jackson. Like, he's incredibly humble and he's done incredible things. But I was 30 and he was 26 at the time, and he was earning about 4 or 5 grand a week. And where I was at, if you were earning 4 or 5 grand a week, and I worked in timeshare, so I earned pretty good money, you'd want to be a superhero. You know what I mean? In my eyes, like, you earning that kind of money, I was expecting someone to come to my house and just blow my mind. And Jackson was just this kid. And I was kind of like, he's drawing out the comp plan. He was slightly nervous and he's earning 4.5, 5 grand a week. And I was like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it well, coming from like a sales background. And so we joined we joined, we joined at the worst possible time financially for us to join, but we joined, and Bruce got on board as well. And Bruce wasn't keen, but I said to him, like, when I started, I had never been more sure of anything. Like, I 100% knew with every being in my soul that if I did this, it was going to change my life. And that's kind of exactly what's happened. And that's kind of how I got started into Isogenics.
Awesome. Straight in. It's just sales background. It was what you needed. So you said you did mention you got to Krystal Director in 90 days. So you've obviously ran for it. You just got straight into action, yeah?
Absolutely. Like, when Jackson came to my house and drew out the comp plan, and I met him, and it was, I was just in the beginning, like, my excitement, passion, I had no idea what I was doing. Just because I have a sales background doesn't mean that I walked into this business knowing exactly what to say to people, to help them get started. It purely, the momentum in anyone's business when they start is purely on their excitement, enthusiasm, passion. So when I started, I was just like, right, I hated my job. I've been doing it for 6 years. And if anyone knows timeshare, it's the toughest sales industry in the world. So I was done, and I thought, okay, cool, I'm going to out earn my income. And basically, that was my first why, was if I could replace my income and do this full time, how awesome would that be, or part time? So I just went for it. Like, nothing, I was unstoppable. Yeah. In that first 6 months of my business, I just, nothing or nobody could stop me. I caught the vision. Yeah. That's the way to describe it.
So you caught the vision, you've seen the comp plan, and you just understood it, you got it, and then you just got straight into action.
No, I didn't even understand it. That's a fact. Like, actually, I was 6 months in, and Jackson would be like, did you get double PIBs? I'd be like, I had no idea what PIBs meant. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I really didn't understand anything about how the business worked, but that's what I mean. I actually caught the vision. So I didn't need to know about the comp plan. I didn't need to know what systems were in place. Yep. I was like, somebody showed me a vehicle to everything I'd wanted in life and more, and no one or nothing was going to get in the way. I just was like, tell me, basically with Jackson, and this is the thing, it comes down to being coachable, right? So I come from, like, my whole life, I was a regional sales manager for the largest timeshare company in Australia. And I was selling in 90 minutes, $25,000 on the spot. So I was a hardcore sales environment. And Jackson was not. He packed, he was a PT and packed factory shelves. When I came into this business, my ego could have determined how I entered this business. But Jackson told me how high to jump. And I said, no, he said jump. I said, how high? So I never once questioned him. He was the one making the $4,000 or $5,000. So I just said, what do I do next? What do I do now? What do I do next? And he was like, do this. And I never once questioned my ego. Thankfully, we all have ego, but it did not get in the way. And I think that versus like now when I enroll people, that was such a smart move. Not that I purposely did that. I just trusted Jackson. Yeah. I wanted to think it was he was earning, but that really saved me because it could have been a different experience if I had have gotten my own way and thought, no, I'm going to do it this way, or what would he know? I've been in sales, or whatever. So yeah, it was really awesome. Actually, the first 6 months was great. Still awesome, but it was just a really awesome ride.
Yeah. And what I wanted to base the call around tonight was obviously I watch and follow you on Facebook all the time, and I have for a long time, and I always get my team to follow you and watch your stuff because I feel the way you post and how you use Facebook, you've leveraged it so well to really build your business. So obviously Facebook's been a massive part of building your business. How has Facebook worked for you in building your business? Like, where would you be without it?
Facebook is my business. Yep. Facebook, the way I look at it is Facebook is a lead generation tool, and each and every one of us has to get really, really good at bringing in leads. And that's basically how I use Facebook. So for me, like, I was a big Facebook user before this came along. Yeah. And then I amped it up. So it was actually really fun. Like, I didn't purposely think, okay, I'm going to use Facebook to build my business. Jackson just said to me as he was leaving my house, he goes, do a post on Facebook use my before and after and say that you're excited about starting this journey.
Yep.
And I didn't question him. I was like, yeah, cool, no problems, posted it. And that's kind of like that momentum started and people started asking me. So the way I see Facebook, it's like, obviously it's for curiosity. You know what I mean? And I see people, you know, posting isogenics and branding themselves as isogenics. But think of it, you've got to become a really skilled fisherman. So whenever you post on Facebook, it's like going fishing and putting a little bit of bait on a hook and then drawing out the people in your network who are interested and you know, want to know what your post is about. So it kind of cuts out that whole picking up a phone and saying, you know, hey, Adrian, you know, I really want to grab 15 minutes of your time so I can take you through this amazing opportunity, which is isogenics, which is like that really old school way of networking where you kind of like, you know, knocking on doors and calling people and begging people for your time, whereas Facebook allows you to build momentum and curiosity and actually have people come to you.
Yeah, awesome.
You need to do all of it, but that's kind of how I use it.
Yeah, for sure. And when you first, so you said before you did it, because obviously you built your empire on Facebook, but so you mentioned before you started, you were using Facebook?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And when you first started, what were some of the ways that you'd use it for, you know, build curiosity? What's some of the ways you'd like put the bait on the hook to get people asking questions? Before and afters?
So I would share before and afters, like initially your first 30 days. And I know a lot of you are well past your first 30 days. So what I'm going to say next is really about how you coach the next person you enroll.
Perfect.
So someone's first 30 days is crucial. Okay, that's where you cast the vision. If you can't get it happening in that first 30 days with people, then you're probably going to, you know what I mean, lose them.
Yep.
So with, so in that first 30 days, like, and I'm big on this, like it's if I enroll you, it's my responsibility to get you paid. Okay, so my responsibility to get you paid to consultant. Once you get that ISA wallet, then it's up to you what you do with it. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of how I run my business. So in regards to so Facebook, I just basically did before and afters. And in my first 30 days, it's crucial that you share your own experience. So you don't want to have someone start who's like Bob the Builder, and then he just like starts smashing his Facebook with people's before and afters. Like it's very incongruent. There has to be like this natural build up, and people can see like the timeline of what's happening. So you start initially by sharing your own experience, what's going on for you. You know, I'm doing a cleanse day. It can be like as simple as that. People really overcomplicate. It could be as simple as, oh my God, I'm going to do my first cleanse day today. People are going to go, you know what I mean? Like, your network, they don't know about isogenics. They're going to go, oh, what's that? What's a cleanse day? Or, you know, so I kind of just thought of like ways creative. In building that curiosity. It was really funny. Like when I started, like I was so new, and then like I would do a post, and it's fun if you create good content because you then see other people duplicating it. Yeah, it was fun. So it obviously worked for me because then I saw a lot of other people started doing what I was doing. I was like, awesome. That's why now I keep getting asked to do Facebook training, but I don't know, like, you know what I mean? To me, it's like it's just what I've done. Like I've not done some course in Facebook. I just kind of, it worked for me and obviously worked for others as well.
Yeah, I kind of did the same thing. I did day 1, I'm starting my cleanse, then day 10, first cleanse day, feeling great. And then you just putting that bait out, and then day 30, I post my results, and then a little bit more, and then you can start posting other people's results. But as you said, it's really, really important to coach your people to, when they got that energy, to throw something up on Facebook and say, hey, I've got so much energy today, I'm loving this program, or something like that.
Yeah.
Just putting those.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I think, you've got to ask people and encourage people for sure.
Yeah. The next question I wanted to ask you is how do you help and inspire your team to use Facebook and post? Like if you've got people that don't use it, do you coach them? I heard one of your podcasts that you maybe coach them on a post, you get them to put it together and then they send you the post and then you coach them on it. Is that right?
Yeah. So I've got I've got builders in my team who are like in their 50s and 60s. So like, when I first started, I was kind of like, if I've built on Facebook and if you don't want to build on Facebook, then I can't help you because that's how I built my business. But I've really like developed obviously since that time because not everyone's going to want to post on Facebook the way I post on Facebook. Like you do what resonates, with your personality. Yep. So best way to inspire people to post on Facebook is do it. Like do what you're asking people to do. So, you know, you inspire people by being inspiring and doing the do. So I don't really, like my team post on Facebook, but when someone new enters my business, and just when we were talking before, I referred to, I take it as like it's my responsibility to get somebody paid. I never say to somebody, hey, you +2, them +2, go and find 2 people. That's like sending somebody out into the wilderness with no hunting gear and expecting them to survive. Like, and if you're doing that and you're wondering why, oh my God, no one's enrolling, or no one's coming back to me, or no, I can't get anyone to consultant, because you actually, it's your responsibility to get them to consultant. You've got to make it so friggin' easy for people that you can get people to consultant without them even knowing really what consultant is. Yep. So basically what I do, if I enroll someone new and it's all in your posture, I never ask people any question where I require them to give me a yes or no answer. So I'll give you an example. A lot of people will say, hey, you know, I'd love to show you how you can get your products for free. So that line of questioning gives your new associate an opportunity to say, oh no, I'm fine, thank you. Yep. And I'll give you an example as this. I'm sure you've all at some point in your life, you've walked into a shopping center, you've walked into like a clothing shop or a gift shop, and you are like 15 minutes and you need to buy something, it's urgent. And the sales assistant walks up to you and says, hey, can I help you? What do you say? Even though you need her help? No, I'm fine, thank you. So it's just common psychology. People will just automatically say no to you and they don't even know what they're saying no to. Yep. So when I speak to people, this is what I say. And it all comes down, you've got to be really good at connecting and building relationships. That's a whole other training call. But basically I say, I am going to show you how you get your products for free. So I'm not asking for permission. I'm saying this is what's happening. I'm going to show you how to get your products for free. And this is what we're going to do. Or I might say, I'm going to show you how to get your products for free, because there's absolutely no way that next month I'm going to have you buying your products. Everybody gets their products for free. I haven't paid for mine in 2 years. So this is what we're going to do to get your products for free.
That's great.
And so we're going to post on Facebook. And I say, because I know their journey and their pain and why they've joined, I say, look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a mock post. Okay, and I want you to post this on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Okay, you'd never waste like a great post on a Thursday or Friday night. It's got no traction on Facebook. There's less people, especially in our age group. Most people are out dining and drinking and whatever. Yeah. So I'm like, this is what you're going to post. I said, I want you to read over it, and we can edit it if there's something in it you don't like. But this is basically a mock post, and it's just basically, you know, a lot of people do these posts like, oh, you know, I'm so excited to start my 30-day cleanse. Like when I started 2 years ago, that shit would work. It's not working anymore. People know what nutritional cleansing is. Like, they're not idiots. It's kind of like just the same as posting isogenics. So you've got to get really smart about how you post. If you're coaching someone to post and you're trying to do a curiosity post, you need to pull on heartstrings. That post needs to be vulnerable, because people will connect with you way more. So for example, say I'm helping a mother and I'm doing her first post. Her post could be something like, you know, the last 6 months since having my youngest, I've completely forgotten about me. You know, I have been so focused on my children, so focused on my husband, and I really lost myself. So I am like over the moon and so excited to start this cleanse, because I truly need this and I need to do it for myself. Thank you and I always get them to tag me. So thank you so much, Krystal, for all your help and support. I'm just like so excited for day 30, and just to really have energy and be able to feel good about myself again. So that kind of post, like people, like women in particular, other mothers are just going to go, oh my God, that's me. Yep. That's how I feel. So they're going to automatically connect to it on a much deeper level, versus I'm so excited to start my 30-day cleanse, because that now just has no power. It doesn't have as much power as it did 2 years ago, when people didn't even know what nutritional cleansing was. Yep. So always post with vulnerability and share the person's pain, so where they are and why they're going to do isogenic. So where they are and the result they're trying to get. And don't make it, if it's about weight loss, make it about not feeling good about yourself. Do you know what I mean? So you're always going to be thinking about pulling on the emotional heartstrings of your network. So then they do this post, and the reason I get them to tag me is because every time someone likes or comments on that post, I'm going to get a notification. So basically, if I've got a new cleanse and we're doing this, like I have to block out like 2 hours, right, on a Sunday night just for them. So initially, this is going to be more work for you in the beginning. If you're not doing this, obviously it's going to be more work. But I promise you this, when you do this with somebody and you set them up for success this way, it duplicates, and within 2 weeks, they'll be doing this with their people. And it's like people are enrolling. They start enrolling because it becomes so easy for them. So then basically they do their post, and of course they start getting interest. So say, for example, I've done this with Adrian, and then his mate Joe is the first person to comment, and Joe's like, yeah, hey mate, what's this cleanse you're doing? And he's put that publicly. We would never have a conversation or reply to that publicly on Facebook. Everything goes to private message. Okay, everyone, that's pretty basic, yeah.
Awesome.
So then what I say, so I would message Adrian and say, hey, Adrian, you know, you've got your first comment. Who's Joe? How do you know him? When was the last time you saw him? And, you know, are you friends, acquaintances? What's your relationship? So I'm going to get information from Adrian. So I'm going to find out about Joe, because based on that information will determine how we message him. Okay?
Yeah.
Like if it's your best friend, right? And you're going to say, tell me about your goals. Like that, your best friend's going to go, what the, you know what I mean? Just tell me what it is. Do you know what I mean? So depending on the relationship, depends on the message.
Yeah.
So then Adrian's going to go, you know, I used to work with Joe. I haven't seen him in years. He's a father. And I go, awesome. So then I actually would write for Adrian, my new associate. Awesome. This is what I want you to send to Joe in private message. So I make it so easy. I write word for word. Now send this. And then send me a screenshot of what Joe writes back.
Yep.
And then I get the screenshot, and then I say, cool, now I want you to write this. And what I'm doing when I'm doing that, the whole thing is leading it to a 3-way conversation with me.
Yeah.
And so basically what that message looks like, are you all following?
Yeah. Is this good, guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. So then what I write, so what I would tell Adrian to write, for example, would be like, hey buddy, how are you? My God, we haven't seen each other in so long. Thanks so much for your message. Like first thing you want to do is build common ground rapport. Like that's just always first. You never go into the cleanse.
Yep.
How are you? How's the kids? Oh, I always remember back at work how much fun we would have. God, you're a funny fucker. Whatever your relationship is with him, right? I'm sorry. I swear. It's my thing. So then he would say, I'm so excited to start this, mate. I said, you should see me. Like whatever. I think humor and banter are like so valuable in this. So I'd be like, mate, you should see me. I'm stacking the pounds since our last story. I'm doing this cleanse. My mate, Krystal, she does all these weight loss products. I'm giving it a go, but I'll be honest with you, mate, I don't know a thing about it. I've known the girl for years. I just order my pack and it arrives and I'm starting tomorrow. So you have to play dumb. Even when you are like, no, you have to play dumb. So then he's going to say, what I'll do is I'm going to open up a message now with Krystal. I'll introduce you and you can fire all your questions at her. She's been doing it way longer than me. So again, I didn't ask Joe if he wanted to do a 3-way. I told Joe what was happening. I'm going to open up a 3-way now. So you don't wait for Joe to respond with a yes or no. The next step is, hey Joe, this is Krystal who I was talking about. Joe, Krystal, this is, and you edify both of us. And then I'm in a 3-way with this prospect. And it's happened in one message, or 2 messages.
Yeah.
So it's really, really fast and effective. And then I'm just basically do what I do as an expert, as what I'm sure you've all done, or you've been on the reverse end of it. So that is how I use Facebook to create consultants. It's how I use Facebook to get my team and new associates posting. And it's how I get people paid. And it's, for a long time, I used to go, cool, this is you +2, go and find 2 people. And then wonder why people weren't coming back to me. And that's because they don't know how to go and find 2 people. They don't know how to get people on 3-way calls. You literally have to walk someone through it step by step by step, and they don't even have to think. When someone doesn't have to think, and they get their ISA wallet, 370 to 424, if they are the ones who are going to help you build this business, that will be enough for them. They will ask you, how the hell did I just get that money? I just got my ISA wallet. So my responsibility is to get my people paid. Once they're paid, it's their responsibility to make the next move. Do you know what I mean? Like after that, I've done my job for you. Do you know what I mean? I've shown you exactly what needs to be done. Like I still work with my people. But after that, I don't drag someone. If they're not calling me saying, okay, what do I do next? Then, do you know what I mean? I move on to the next person.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's an incredible call so far. That's some amazing stuff. It's awesome. Is everyone loving it?
Yep, gold.
That is gold. It just helps so much just to show them Yeah, exactly. Don't just go send them out there in the wilderness by themselves. You've got to really be there every step of the way until you get them paid. It's your responsibility.
Yeah, I just really love how Krystal, you just steer the shit for them as well the whole time. It's great.
Pardon?
What is that?
I'm playing like a keyboard.
What is that? Who was that?
Is that dinging?
Can you turn your mic off there, Aaron? Hey, all right, I've turned it off. You there still? Let's go. Fire away, mate.
No.
I was just saying how I like how Krystal kind of doesn't manipulate the situation, but kind of just steers the ship in the right direction, just to kind of keep the ball rolling in the right direction, as opposed to just throwing out the question like, do you want to do this or do you want to do that, or would you like a 3-way course? Like, this is what we're going to do next. It's like, this is the pattern, this is the program, this is how it works, and that way they're just like, oh yeah, okay, cool, that's what we do next. I like that.
Well, the thing is, like, the way, like, psychology behind it is that people want to be led. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't. In this, it's all new. They don't want to think, do you want to do a launch party? Do you want to do this? Like, it's like, don't give people the option. Go, this is what we're going to do. And then I'm like, okay, now we're going to do a launch party. Pick a date. What date next week? So it's like, a lot of people leave shit open-ended. So it's like, let's do a launch party. Let me know when you're free.
Yeah.
That's complicated. Like,
party.
What day next week are you free? I'm going to come and do a launch party for you. Do you know what I mean? So it's all about just don't give people are so indecisive these days. You just got to be like, this is what's happening. And this is what we're going to do next. And then this is what we're going to do next. And then this is what we're going to do next. And they just follow you. They'll just follow you. Well, the ones who are, I'm not saying that I do this and everyone's posts. Like if I have people who go, or I can get them to post, and then they'll be like, I'll ask them to another one. They're like, oh, nah, I'm fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, that happens, of course. 85% of your business is never going to share. But all your job is to tell everyone what is available to them. Let everyone know they can get their products for free. But 85% of people are going to say no to that, what I've just kind of shared with you, because they don't want to share. They don't want to get their products for free.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But with the ones that do, and that there is some sort of hint that they do, that tiny little hint, that's what you do. You start to steer the ship and you take them on the journey.
You will get more people to consult this way.
Yeah,
one of the biggest things I took away from Hawaii, from like Michael and Lynn, was this: use age-appropriate information. If you're using language like double PIBs, I don't even use you +2, them +2, because what does that mean to somebody? Okay, don't use language like money. Okay, you're talking to someone who's come to you, wants to lose 6 kilos, and then you start throwing words like money scares people. Don't use that word. Don't use words opportunity with somebody who's just come to you to lose 10 kilos. Those words, there's those big words make people go, I'm busy, I don't have time. Yeah. So I'm just like, we have an amazing referral reward system. Nobody pays for their products. I won't have you paying for your products next month. I'm going to show you how to get your products free, and this is what we're doing. This is what we're going to do. Do you know what I mean? That's all the information I give them.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm gonna be replaying this call over and over again just for exactly what you said.
So many nuggets. Thanks.
That's great. That's awesome.
I can't write fast enough. I talk so fast. I'm so glad. That's why I said record it, because I just talk. Right.
That's all right. I've got it all recorded, guys. So you'll be watching this replay. This is awesome, Krystal. I'm loving it. Well, that's cool. We've figured out how to funnel them. We've figured out how to create that curiosity and bring them through and get there to people. I just wanted to jump on quickly, personal branding. How do you create your personal branding on your page? And what's the benefits for everyone to brand themselves on Facebook, would you say? Once you start building a business, once those, my 30-day cleanse has run out, you can't be using that anymore. You've used that up. How do you feel personal branding works to build your business, to attract the right people, that you want to attract, that are still curious to how you're living the lifestyle, how you're building your business?
Well, look, the number one thing is you've got to be consistent.
Yep.
Okay, it's like the number one rule on Facebook. You cannot be someone who's like, like this. I'll see people in Isogenics who are like, 1 week it's like boom, 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 all these posts like crazy Isogenics, rah, 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 and then it's like nothing for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You are untrustworthy when you do that. Automatically people don't trust you because you're not serious about what you're doing. So the first thing you've got to be consistent, and that's like the number one tip in branding. The second thing is the number one mistake people make in network marketing across the board is they brand themselves as their company. So people who post pictures of Isagenix products in a non-curated, like we all post about the choc mint. Like I'm not talking about that. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Pictures of their box and stuff like that. That doesn't, people don't know what that means. Like that doesn't excite people. A brown box with Isagenix blurred out. Like it's just so obvious. So I just think be very smart. You don't brand yourself as Isagenix because people don't buy from you to buy Isagenix. They buy from you because of you. Yep. So your personal branding is crucial. And how do I explain this? Like there's 500,000 associates worldwide selling Isagenix, right? And they can go to any 500,000 of them buy the same pack that they're going to buy from you. You can't offer them anything different, right, in product. But what you can offer them is something different. And you have to truly believe that you are different to everyone else. And your branding on Facebook determines that. And if you're good at it, it pays, man. Like I can take a break now and not prospect after 2 years. I don't know, let's say I go on holiday. People now message me. Like I don't even have to post. People will message me and go, hey, Krystal, I'm ready. Yeah. I'm like, we haven't even spoken. You know what I mean? Because my branding is so good, because I've been so consistent. When people fit my network, when they go to put on their jeans and they don't fit, they think, who are you going to call? Krystal Wilson. And that's because I've been consistent. Yeah, I know, Ghostbusters like that. And that's what you want. You want people to think your name when they are on the scales or just gone out to dinner and eating too much, or they're feeling like shit, or they've gone to the gym and they're not gaining muscle. You want, when they think of that, to your name, the second thing that pops up. And that's why your personal branding is crucial. Like when I started this, I didn't like, I think your brand develops. So like I didn't start this and go, oh, what is my brand going to be? Yeah. I believe that it just organically, for me anyway, it organically developed. What I did do though, and I don't think people, like I don't know if people do this anymore, but I know people in my business, like they're not doing this. I think people have gotten a little bit lazy. But when I first started this, I was like, okay, who did I resonate with? I found somebody who was where I wanted to be in Isagenix. That was Peter Kelly. She was young. She had this cool message. She didn't give a fuck what anyone thought. I was like, I just fell in love with her. So basically what I did is I didn't copy what Peter Kelly was posting when I started, because she's at a completely different level to where I am. I'm a new associate. So I spent hours going through her entire Facebook. I have read every single post she's ever posted. I've read the comments. I've done the same with Ben Kelly. I went so far back that I could see the organic transformation of the girl who, like, there's literally photos of her getting drunk at parties, and then like you see this organic transformation when Isagenix came in, her very first post, how she developed and how she grew into this incredible leader. Like I spent the time going through her entire Facebook as my inspiration. I liked
awesome.
I did the same. I think I think I did it with Anna, and then I found Ben through her post. I saw the hate they got. I saw the shitty comments people would like. I've seen it all. So I spent that time to know what she did and how she got to where she was, and had this you know, he's a Facebook mogul in Isagenix. So that's what I did. And I think what you want to think about is when somebody goes. So my whole thing is with branding, what you should be thinking, okay, if somebody went to your Facebook, so if I did this, I don't know any of you personally, right? So if I went to your Facebook, what would I think of you? What would I leave? What would be the sense of feelings that I would get about you? So for me, what's really important is that I can't handle when people are serious on Facebook. I love banter. I love joking. You know, I always want to make sure my posts, my personality shows through, because that is why people will join me versus someone else, because they'll resonate more with me. I want people to know that I'm passionate, and I'm passionate about helping people. You know what I mean? So when they're the kind of things that when someone I don't know goes to my Facebook, I want them to know that about me. So whenever I'm posting or creating something, I'm always thinking about who is this for? Like, you know, who am I trying to reach right now? And sometimes I don't care. Sometimes I just want to do a post for all my non-Isagenix friends who've known me since I was 18. You know what I mean? So I just try to keep it real. I think that's, you know, don't turn into a pitch monster, or, you know what I mean? Have fun, man. Be yourself. Let your own personality shine through. Yeah. Awesome. Is everyone loving this? You're taking away some good stuff?
Yeah, loads.
Sweet. This is awesome. Awesome call. What I wanted to touch on quickly, I know we'll wrap it up in about 5 to 10 minutes. Just wanted to touch on power posts. what are they, and how do you use them product-wise and business-wise? Well, obviously product-wise, you've just shared, about people using Power Posts on a Sunday and why it's so important to post. I do have someone in the team that's at a place where she wants to now start sharing the business side of it. How did you start to bring in the business side on Facebook? Sharing the opportunity, but not using, obviously, the word opportunity. What's some tips and tricks the guys can use to share, the financial freedom? Not that you'd hashtag that or write that, but,
I'm pretty sure I've done all of that. Like, I just saying this stuff to him, I'm like, oh my God, you're probably going to go stalk my Facebook and see like all the things, but you develop, but you can't, you know what I mean? Like, it's just failing. So I'm not laughing. I think, this is what I think.
It's like you put the post on and then you sit there and watch it. Like, you're just like, don't know whether to take it off, put it on. There's like, yeah.
No, I never delete anything.
Yeah.
Because I always post from my heart. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't sit there and I just post whatever is coming out. And some people are going to receive it the way I want it to receive, and some people are not. But that's part of who I am. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be everyone's best friend. I'm not trying to be ISA famous, and always posting for a team. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to connect with people. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to let people know that I care and that I actually love helping people. That's really what my branding's about, right?
Yeah.
So with Power Posts, like, Power Posts should only be on a Sunday or Monday. And Tuesday I wouldn't mind. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, don't waste an incredible post on those days. I see it in my business, people post like, midday. I'm like, why would you do that? Everyone's at work. Do you know what I mean? So don't waste an incredible post at that time. So you just kind of get into a habit of posting on those days, especially if you're coaching somebody to do their first post. So that's a Power Post. Someone's first post is, you want to do it on a Sunday, Monday night. I usually do Sunday because everyone's eating shit. They feel like shit. Their friends changing their life. So it's like, makes them feel like shit and they're more likely to reach out. So yeah, what was the question about Power Posts?
What are they? You've just explained, obviously, but and how do you use them? It's just this one that you've got someone in the team that wants to really start sharing the business. So how do you share the business? Create that curiosity. So some people are a bit touchy on the business. They're great about sharing the products, but they're a bit worried about what people think with the business. How did you deal with that, and how did you start to post that into your Facebook?
Well, my first bit of advice is you don't post the business for posting the business.
Yeah.
Like, everything has to be organic. So I didn't sit down and go, okay, now I want to start posting about the business. My business started blowing up and I was so friggin' excited and passionate and enthusiastic that it just was part of what I wanted to share. Do you know what I mean? So if your business is you can't post about what's not happening for you.
If you say, for example, say if you got a $1,600 week because you enrolled 5 people.
Perfect.
Yep.
So you got to be. I'm really careful when it comes to doing like money posts because people are weird about money. So always talk about the products and how you help people.
Yep.
So it could be, you could lead the product. So a Power Post could be like, say I actually started 3 months ago. 3 months ago, I just wanted to really improve my own health. And this week alone, I've been able to help 5 people that I adore and love and care about start their own health transformation, which is, rewarding enough in itself. And then I get my, then I check my bank account and $1,600 has been deposited in there. Like, I'm completely blown away. That's more than I get paid in a fortnight in my normal job or whatever. So do you know what I mean? So it's a fine line when you're posting about business. Don't be flashy because you'll just piss everyone off. No one likes someone who brags. So everything has to be vulnerable. Like, vulnerability can build your business. So that's a vulnerable post. Her sharing about how she's really more excited about the fact that she's helped people and this was a bonus. That's how I always like when I'm talking about the business. The money is a bonus.
Yeah. Awesome. That's perfect. It definitely answered her question. I think she was a little bit stuck there. So perfect. Awesome. Well, we'll keep on going with it. Just a quick one, just while we're on Facebook, the do's and don'ts. What was the do's and don'ts you'd highly recommend along your journey? Some of the do's and don'ts you just don't recommend people doing, the things you do.
Don't mention isogenics on your Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, Facebook is purely to build curiosity. The minute you give that piece of information away, because the thing is, like, when it comes to health and people who are struggling with their health or struggling with their weight, to message you and say, what's this cleanse? Like, I don't think people realize that step is huge for some people, because in order to message you and ask for your help, they have to first admit to themselves that they're not happy with themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like that there is a huge number. That's why you always have to be messaging people, because someone can watch you for 2 years and just never, and hoping that one day you would reach out to them because they're not ready to admit. You know what I mean? Does it make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
I keep losing my train of thought. Just repeat that. So what was the question?
Do's and don'ts.
Do's and don'ts. What am I telling you this? Sorry, this is like stock stand. I do this on stage.
Don't be writing isogenics on your Facebook. Keep that curiosity there.
Yeah. So basically, if you write isogenics once, they will find that and then they're going to go somewhere else. They're going to buy online. They don't want to go through. They don't want to. Some people don't want to interact with people. They'd rather buy online, have it arrive at their house, they have a shit experience. So you've got a duty of care to post in a way that's going to help more people. And I promise you that not posting isogenics does. People, just don't post isogenics. That's my tip. My number one thing. I see a lot of people like post post a picture of their box arriving.
Yeah, all that simple stuff. It's obviously just, you still want to keep curiosity and never put the brand, never put the name on there.
Well, I just don't think it works. You know what I mean? Like people turn product around. So like they want to post about their morning shake, and there's so many different ways you can do about that in a great way. But they'll like post the canister, turn it around. Like your prospects know exactly what you're doing. You're deliberately hiding what it is you're doing. Big difference between building curiosity.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like there's just. I can't think of anything now. I think people are pretty good with it now, with the do's and don'ts.
I think so.
Facebook. Is anyone got a question about something they're doing that they're not sure about?
Can I ask a question? With not posting up the picture of the box, what would you recommend for when the pack does arrive? What can you post up? Obviously, because the picture speaks, 1,000 words. What can you post up instead?
So I would, me personally, if I was going to do that post, I would actually go Google brown box and get a nice picture of a brown box that has no packaging, anything on it. And I'd be like, oh my God, my box arrived. I'm so excited. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that is going to build people's, curiosity versus a box turned around at a doorstep and it's a shitty photo. Do you know what I mean? They can half see isogenics. Like, so it doesn't have to be, like sometimes simple, like simply my box arrived. People are going to be like, what box? What's in the box? Like, what did you order? Like, like it's going to drive them insane. So you got to think, how can you really pique people's curiosity?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really, really cool.
Thank you.
Awesome question, Aaron. Great question. So do's and don'ts, we got through that. So just quickly before we finish up, so how many times are you posting a day? And how important is it to show up? Yeah. So first of all, how many times are you posting a day, or when you're solidly building your business, how many times are you posting a day? I
posted way too much, man. I pissed everyone off. Sometimes I go back through my photos and I'm looking to like regurgitate like a before and after or something, or find some inspiration. I'd be like, oh my God, I posted like 4 before and afters back to front within an hour. Like I was key, man. I was like, I came out of the closet. Like I was like, no one could stop me. I probably annoyed everyone. So what I've learned though is that you should try and post 3 times a day. Do you know what I mean? Like 3 times a day. If you're posting, but if you can't even do that, if you post once a day, that's better than not posting for 4 days.
Yeah.
So minimum once a day. And the reason you want to do it is the algorithm. So like I had like 800 friends when I started. And now I've got like, just under 3,000. Only 7% of your friends are going to see it. So the algorithm, so you've got to be smart about Facebook as well. So this is a little bit of a prospecting tip. We're going off course, but so like if I'm prospecting Bob, right? And like I'm going to go like his stuff. I'm going to start commenting on it long before I start actually go for the message, because I want Bob to start seeing my branding and seeing the before and afters. If I'm prospecting Bob and he's got a beer gut, I'm going to post, I'm going to like a couple of things, comment. I'm going to find a before and after that looks like Bob, same age, same body, and I'm going to post that.
Oh, really?
Do you know what I mean? Got kids, I'm going to then specifically in that thing, I'm going to talk about how Joe has lost all this weight and his best part of the whole thing is now he can play with his kids more.
Yep.
So I'm always pulling on people's heartstrings. People don't give a shit what's in their box. Do you know what I mean? People talk about cleanse, shake. People don't care. You're boring them. You need to talk about what really is, you know what I mean, what's really going on. So like an example of that is people want to lose weight. Bob wants to lose 10 kilos. That's his goal. But what you want to get to is his dominant buying motive. And his dominant buying motive is his kids. Because his kids keep saying, Daddy, you're getting fat. You know, kids don't lie, they're very honest. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to have that kind of level of conversation. So that's the kind of thing I do. I'm always about like posting and pulling on heartstrings and connecting with people.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool. I love how you just do that. And you go in and you check out their Facebook first, you see what they're about and how you can help them. And then you kind of get in their way so they do see you. And they already know what you're about. They check your branding. You've got their attention now. And then you can use your way to bring them in and help them get started. Cool. So another thing quickly on the back end of that question, and we'll wrap it up, is how many times you're posting a day, which is really cool. And how important is it to show up in your group pages and add value? So once you bring your people in and you add them into your, obviously we all know what a group cleanse support page is. How important is it for you to show up there? Because you brought them onto the page and add value. Like how important is that?
Like that, your cleanse support page is like the most important thing in your business, and people don't treat it that way. Like it is crucial. Like it's like third-party validation times 1,000. So when you add, the first thing is you've got to add everyone. Like everyone's got to be added to that group that shows interest. And what happens is the same thing with the algorithm, right? So a lot of people use it as a dumping ground. So they're adding all these people, but not liking anything, not commenting on anything. So I'm just going to try and remember this, right? But either way, you'll get the picture. So basically what happens in the Facebook algorithm with these groups is when you add someone, okay, and every time you like or comment on something in that group, all the people that you've personally added are going to get a notification. It's the only time they get a notification in that group, when you do something. So when you post, when you like, when you comment, all the people you've added are going to get a notification. And this is why this can work for you or against you. If you're one of those people who don't add any value, but you just go through and you like 100 things all at once, you're pissing off everyone you've added to the page because they log in as like 50 likes from Joe.
Yep.
And you're not really adding value, being lazy. So be careful what you comment on and what you draw attention, because everyone you've added is going to get that notification. The second thing is if you comment on something, so say, this is where it gets important, where you've got to be smart. So say you've added Bob, who's a dad, he's got a big gut, he wants to lose weight, right? And you've just added him. Or you want to follow him up. Go and find a before and after in the group, okay, that's been added of someone sharing their story that looks like Bob, same age, or he's going to resonate with him. When you comment on that, the next time Bob logs on and he's going through his feed, that particular picture and post is going to show up on his feed. So if you're just adding people...
Can you say that again, Krystal? Sorry, I missed that.
No, so fine. So when you like and comment or post in the support group, all the people that you've added personally to that group will get a notification. Yep. It's the only time they get notified of things happening in the group.
Yeah.
Okay? So the second thing is when you actually comment on something, all the people that you've added to the group, that particular post that you're commenting on will actually show up on their timeline. I mean, their feed, like when they're scrolling through their feed.
Yeah. Awesome.
So use it to your advantage. Don't just dump people. Don't just be one of those people who go through it once a day and like and comment on everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, just to get it done and it looks like you're showing up. Be smart, because you're probably pissing off the 50, 60, 100 people you added to the group who just got 50 notifications of you liking everything.
Yeah, 100%.
Be smart about what you like. So if you just added someone, or you want to, Bob's gone cold, think about what you could, or you're just speaking to a guy who wants to lean muscle, and there's a great post about the amp range, or a great before, and they're the stuff that I would go and find and strategically comment and like on. Whoa, your results are awesome. How long have you been using the amped range? Because then I know the person I'm just talking to about the amped range is going to get that notification.
Yeah, 100%. That's awesome. Really, really cool. I can see you resonate completely with everything you're saying. That's exactly it's funny how we've just built our business exactly the same. I don't know, just like I picked up on the exact same. That's how I built my business. And my cleanse support page is all exactly the same stuff. I'm specific and I have intention of where I'm posting and why I'm posting. But yeah, you do see it. People are going in and they're liking 10 things in one day, and it just all it does is just pisses people off.
Yeah, it's really good to have that cleared up, Krystal. Like, because I know I've been guilty of that before. Just like, got to get in, get it done, just to show the support and whatever else. But not thinking that that's what's happening, showing up in everyone's newsfeed multiple times in that one moment. So that kind of really gets my brain thinking about just how I am showing up in the page. So thank you. Yeah,
I think the key is as well. Like, I'm guilty of it as well. Like, everything I'm telling you, I've done and learned a better way. Do you know what I mean? So I think the thing is as well is people are like trying to just get all this stuff done. So they're trying to post their personal Facebook. There's no genuine authenticity or love behind it anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, you are better off posting once a day and making that post from the heart and intentional than posting 4 times a day just to get it done and getting more people's, like, you know what I mean? So don't come from a place of trying to get people, come from a place of trying to serve. And you can only do that when you're working from an authentic, organic place. So you're better off liking 1 or 2 things in the group and really reading the story, loving, and really actually loving what you're reading and then commenting versus just commenting for the sake of commenting. Yeah. Because people can feel it. Do you know what I mean? Like, people can feel it when someone writes congrats and there's really nothing behind it. You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. That's we've taken away some massive stuff tonight. I'm really glad we've recorded the call so I can pass this on to everyone else as well. It's really going to help them build their business, build in the page, build with their personal branding, build with their new people and helping their people to consultants. So I'll wrap it up because it's just going on almost 8:30 and I've got a flight to catch to Sweden.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
What's that?
Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, I've got someone to be. As I said, Krystal, I really want to thank you for taking the time tonight and jumping on for the team and giving them your insights, sharing your little secrets, your tips, your tricks. Congrats on everything you've achieved. And as I said, it's inspiring. I've been following you for a really long time, and it's good that we are connecting in Cambodia and from there on become good friends. So thanks again.
Thanks for having me. I hope you guys got a lot out of it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Heaps.
Awesome.
Great.
Now I've got to figure out how to upload this thing to YouTube before I get on the plane and get it on.
Bruce knows how to do it, so just message him.
He's probably watching sport.
Screw him! I've just done an hour call. He can upload it to you. Upload it to YouTube.
Awesome. So what's the next goal? What's the next goal, Krystal? 5-star.
Look, 5-star. Yeah. It's not actually my focus right now, to be honest with you. But yeah, sure.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm really just focusing on other things. But that will be the next goal when I choose to make that run for it.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome, guys. We'll wrap it up tonight.
Thanks, Krystal.
Thanks so much, guys. Have a great week.
Krystal. Thanks for coming on. See you soon. Cheers.
Thanks, Krystal.